Are you a parent of a child with special needs? And are you finding it very difficult to teach writing skills to your children? Do you think that your child is experiencing some writing disability or some learning disability? Then you are at the right place, because today I am going to talk about writing disabilities in children with special needs. So stay tuned. Welcome to my channel Dignity in Disability. I'm Anuradha Deshpande, mother of a young man experiencing intellectual disability. I'm also a clinical psychologist, counselor, and a special educator, founder of Care and Care Life Skill Academy, and I am on a mission to empower 100,000 parents of children experiencing any form of developmental disabilities to teach and train them in life skills so that they can help their children build all these life skills and navigate into a life of independence and dignity. And through my channel Dignity in Disability, I bring 2 weekly episodes of Tuesday Facts and Friday Facts. The topics of these episodes are based on the questions parents ask through various forums, and the answers are from my experience in this field of disability for the last 30 years, both as a parent and a professional. So, in this episode of Tuesday Tact, which is a skill building episode, today I'm going to talk about writing skills and how writing disability can impact the life of our children, because it is very pertinent art of communication skills. Not having good writing skills can impact their school performance and also go on to disrupt their social and community relationships. And without much ado, let us go and look through a presentation the various aspects of writing disability and how it impacts our children and how we can go about helping these children to overcome this writing disability. So, writing difficulties in children with special needs. Whenever we say that our child is experiencing some special needs, the term itself covers a range of diagnoses from mild disability, severely impaired cognitive function. Our focus today is on mild to moderate physical or learning disabilities that affects writing. So, writing disabilities may include problems with composition, like how to form sentences, how to generate ideas, how to organize them, and how to elaborate and present them. Second one is spelling. Children often find difficult to understand a word through phonic formation, and hence they are not able to spell a word. So, although it is a writing disability, it definitely has a base on other aspects of communication and language. The third one is punctuation. Children do not know the rules of punctuation and exactly where they are to use what kind of punctuation, they are not aware. And grammar, generally they are not familiar or they find it very difficult to follow grammar rules. Handwriting, poor handwriting may be a result of poor coordination, motor coordination, or poor fine motor skills. So, on the basis of this, writing disabilities can be classified into two: disorders of written expression. So, when we say a disorder of written expression, it mostly involves the act of turning the thoughts into organized written text, or bringing out the ideas you have in a way that people can understand, and also revising your text and editing the text, or also an ability to understand and know that the outcome of your presentation or the writing is what you really intended to do, or whether it is not so. On the other hand, transcription skills relate to mechanics of writing that include adequate handwriting abilities, spelling skills, and knowledge of both punctuation and grammar. A major part of writing disability comes in the form of handwriting, poor handwriting skills. So let us go and look into it in detail. So if your child has difficulties in handwriting, they might struggle in one of the following aspects, or they will have these challenges. The first one is fine motor skill deficit, difficulty in coordinating the movements of small muscles in the body on their fingers, and they are not able to manipulate it in a proper way. They won't have the pincer grip or the tripod grip to do certain activities, and that reflects on their handwriting too. They may have problem with their graphomotor skill deficit, having a typical control and coordination of their fingers except when they are into writing. So the next thing is visuomotor deficit, difficulty in correctly seeing and perceiving and remembering the shapes of letters and their position, sequence, etc. And then kinesthetic sense deficit, that is difficulty in retaining muscle memory in order to write neatly and in exactly the way it has to be written with the correct speed. So, children who are diagnosed with writing disability may also show early signs of speech or language difficulties, such as very few spoken words by 2 years of age, or indistinct or garbled speech even after the age of 3, speaking in phrases or sentences later than normal, and difficulty learning alphabet and sounds of these letters, difficulty in expressing themselves in words after 3 years of age, and using very immature grammar longer than expected, like using past tense, I go to the park, the mixing up word order in sentences. So, what are the signs that your child may have writing difficulties? One of them is illegible handwriting. Although enough focus and attention is given, they still don't have very legible handwriting. Then, writing inconsistencies like mixing up the uppercase and lowercase, or have unduly large size or a very small size in lettering, or shapes or slant of letters, everything they will have problem. There will be inconsistencies. And then unfinished words or letters or vomited words, when they are speaking or when they are writing, they will, if you want to spell crow, they will write only COW and they will leave R in between. They will omit some of the ending letters, and inconsistent spacing of the letters while they are writing, too close or too far away, far wide, they will use. Then unusual wrist, body and paper position when writing. They will turn the paper in such a way and just put their, just sleep on the table and write. Poor spatial planning on paper. If they are asked to write a very small matter in one sheet, they will just use one top corner and they will not use the entire space of the paper. Complaints of sore, tired hand. Even if they write for a very smaller period of time, they will feel very tired and they will say that hands have become sore. And difficulty thinking and writing at the same time. They have to form sentences, everything, then only they will start writing. They will not start continuously to write. That is why they really struggle when they are giving their examinations and they lack creative thinking. So, what can be the diagnosis of this? There are two forms of diagnosis. The first one is talking to the school authorities. If you find that your child has some writing problems, you can meet with the school authorities, especially the teacher who is working with your child, and also try to understand from them what are the difficulties they are facing. So it will be much easier for you to coordinate a program and work accordingly. And if you feel that all these efforts at school and at home is not working, then it's time to go for a psycho-educational assessment. A psycho-educational assessment will look into your child's strengths and learning challenges and can diagnose learning developmental issues that will help them to find out the cause for your child's delayed writing. Formulate a plan for your child according to their need and work on building their writing skills. Treatment plan for writing disabilities can be either accommodations or interventions. When you say accommodations, you can give them extra time, or you can have a writer for them. These are some of the accommodations. Interventions are mostly in the form of teaching and training them to weed out certain basic issues in them, like working on their fine motor skills or muscle coordinations or memory skills, and also spelling skills. Those are interventions and accommodations. So let us see what are some of the accommodations available. Extra time for return work, offering to give a writer for them, providing handouts instead of board work. So instead of blackboard work, they can be given handouts so that it will be easier for them to read and then write. Then providing sentences stems, partially completing a sentence and allowing them to fill the rest of it. Providing rubrics with example of written assignments, allowing the use of audio devices so that the child can record and information and then write. Providing the child with a teacher prepared notes and having the child highlight what they have discussed in the class. So these are some of the accommodations which we can give, which we can provide them. And then interventions for a writing disability might be in the form of providing explicit instructions on a variety of note-taking formats. This will encourage them to take notes in a shorter form and not require them to write elaborately. Then teaching shorthand techniques like symbols and abbreviations. Cognitive strategy instruction and direct instruction. This is the method where you target certain instructions and organize them in a way that your child can understand. Voice to text software programs are something which help them when they speak it out, it just the software turns them into a writing format. And then graphic organization software to help with generating ideas, where graphic clues are given and so that they can think about those aspects and then they can start writing. Support in spelling and grammar, and occupational therapy assessment to assess the grasp and grip and make suitable activities to improve on them. So these are all some of the interventions, but how can you help your child at home? So read to your child above their own reading level, ensuring that their vocabulary and knowledge about the world grows. The only way to increase ideas and thoughts about a particular subject is to talk more about them. So encourage them to read at a higher level, or you read to them. Use whiteboard to practice the generation of and sequencing of ideas. Many a time these children also face problems of sequencing. So big whiteboard practice can help them that. And have your child create to-do list and shopping list. Anything which is short form of writing, which will have meaningful outcome, you should encourage your child to do. It starts with small thing, then it can go to bigger aspects. Provide opportunities for your child to talk about and recall events. The more they talk about certain things or relive some experience, the stronger it will be embedded in their mind, so they can bring out these ideas when they start writing. Encourage your child to share their thinking with you. Another way of expressing yourself is, if it is not in the form of writing, at least orally, verbally, we should encourage them to write. Practice handwriting on a large whiteboard or chalkboard. Have your child write letters using their whole arm first and then progressing to smaller hand movements. Gradually move to tracing letters on paper followed by independent writing. Although we talked about writing disability in general, there are some disabilities like dysgraphia, or there are some typical problems of children with autism when it comes to writing. So I'll be making videos or talking about them separately for further episodes. So that was the gist of writing difficulties in children with any form of developmental disability. If you like this video, please like, share and comment about it. Also subscribe to my channel and ring the bell icon to get notification whenever I upload a new video. Please also visit my website www.anuradhadeshpande.com and also join my exclusive Facebook group. The link to which is given in the description box. That's all from Tuesday Tats. I'll be seeing you on Friday with another episode of Friday Facts. Till then, goodbye and take good care of yourselves.